Hello, my loves. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon. I am the coach that you love. You love my content because you have success with my content. I'm your favorite manifestation coach. You guys are having success with my processes. Today, I want to read a little Neville Goddard. I posted a video earlier. I was reading Neville Goddard from The Power of Awareness. And this is chapter 14. It's called The Effortless Way. It's about learning how to manifest effortlessly with your assumptions. You are going to be today, now, be the effortless version of you who manifests easily and effortlessly with your assumption. Chapter 14, from The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard. It's titled The Effortless Way. Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the likes. I love it. All right, so Neville Goddard says, the principle of least action. Don't we all want this? You want the principle of least action because we don't believe in working hard anymore. We believe in manifesting effortlessly, manifesting easily, manifesting effortlessly, manifesting your desires coming into your life effortlessly. Neville says, the principle of least action governs everything in physics, from the path of a planet to the path of a pulse of light. So just think about that. Think about all the planets rotating around the sun. The planets are effortlessly rotating around the sun. It doesn't take effort, right? It's the principle of least action. Least action is the minimum of energy. Minimum of energy. We're not taking effort and energy to manifest our desires. We are in the state of least action. Which least action is the minimum of energy multiplied by the minimum of time. Therefore, in moving from your present state to the state desired, you must use the minimum energy and take the shortest possible time. So that's what we're doing. We're manifesting reality. We're manifesting a reality where it is minimum energy in the shortest possible time. All right, let me keep reading. Neville says, your journey from one state of consciousness to another is a psychological one. Reality is a psychological state. It's a psychological game. It's a psychological state. The Bible is a psychological drama. It is the key, the master key, one of the master keys for you to create your reality, to learn how to be the master manifester. To make the journey, you must employ the psychological equivalent of least action. And psychological equivalent is mere assumption. So he's telling us right there, that's what you need to do. In order to have least action, you will have a mere assumption. The psychological equivalent is a mere assumption, okay, in order to have least action. The day you fully realize the power of assumption, you discover that it works in complete conformity with this principle. It works by means of attention minus the effort. Okay, so this is really important. Our focus and our attention, and what our assumptions are. What are your assumptions? Creation's finished, right? He says, because creation is finished. Because creation is finished, what you desire already exists. Because creation is finished, you already have a reality where you're living your life with your desire. You're already a version of you living this life, having your desire. It already exists. Okay. So because creation is finished, what you desire already exists. It is excluded from view because you can see only the contents of your own consciousness. Okay, he said it's excluded from view, like you don't see it in the manifested form because you're only seeing the contents of your imagination. You're only seeing the contents of what you assumed, which the contents of our imagination is all the past, right? Past beliefs, past experiences, past assumptions. So when we change the contents psychologically within, we will see a change in the outer world. Okay, I'm giving my own, I'm adding to and giving a description of what Neville Goddard is saying. I'm pulling it apart, taking it apart, because sometimes it's difficult to read Neville Goddard. It is the function of an assumption to call back the excluded view and restore full vision. Okay, you're calling the assumption to you. Okay, you're visualizing, you're putting your attention on it. When I say visualize, it could be affirming, because when you affirm, you visualize. When you affirm something, you're visualizing. Okay, so the function, it is the function of an assumption to call back the excluded view and restore full vision. Keep your inner mind, right? Keep your mind's eye, keep your imagination on the full vision, not what you see. Keep your inner eye, your inner imagination on the full vision. You have your desire because it's already existing, because creation already exists. You're going to fill that with your consciousness. You're going to fill your consciousness with those ideas of the wish fulfilled. You fill your mind, you saturate your mind with the ideas and the knowing of the wish fulfilled. So it's not the world that you have to change, but the assumptions that change, okay? You're not changing the world, you're changing your assumptions. As you change your assumptions, you'll see a change in the world. So you have to live from, if your desire is fulfilled, what kind of things are you saying? What are you living from the end of right now? Are you living from the end that there is a problem? Or are you living from the end in your imagination that there is no problem? Which means you would see joy, you would see happiness, you would feel happiness within. You would, for the most part, right? You would feel happy, you would feel fulfilled. What else Neville says? For the Lord seeth as not as man seeth. Okay, Lord is creation, right? Creation is the universe, source, infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence sees differently than man sees. For man looketh on the outward appearance. We're looking at the 3D world. We're looking outward when the Lord looketh on the heart, or from within. Looking from within, looking at all of creation existing. You understand that your inner imagination is your true reality. What you see in the outer world is a shadow. It's a reflection. It's a holographic image. And the only thing everything is real, but what is even more real is your imagination, because your imagination is first cause. Neville goes on to say, the heart is the primary organ of sense. We're saying the feeling is a secret. It's really like you're sensing something. It's a mood. It's a sense. It's a feeling. It's a knowing. It's an assumption, right? The heart is the primary organ of sense. Hence, the first cause of experience. When you look on the heart, you are looking at your assumptions. And assumptions determine your experience. Watch your assumptions with all diligence. This is really important. Watch your assumptions with all diligence. You have to pay attention to what your assumptions are. Are you assuming worst case scenario? Are you assuming you're not getting what you want? Are you assuming things are falling apart? Are you assuming it's not going in your favor? Are you assuming based on what you see in the circumstance or the situation? Are you assuming from this situation, or are you creating your assumption? Are you assuming from the heart, from within? Are you assuming from the wish fulfilled? right? You need to be assuming from the wish fulfilled. Assume from the wish fulfilled. Assume from your heart. I'll just repeat that again. Watch your assumptions with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Assumptions have the power of objective realization. Assumptions have the power of objective realizations. Your assumptions have the power. They already are doing. Your assumptions are already doing this, creating your reality. Your assumptions are objectified in your 3D world, in your physical experience. Every event in the visible world is the result of an assumption or idea in the unseen world. The present moment is all important, for it is only in the present moment that our assumptions can be controlled. Whatever you said this morning or yesterday doesn't matter. If you were talking about the opposite of your manifestation, if you were doubting, if you were worrying, none of that matters. What matters is this present moment. In the present moment, you have the power to make a change. So the present moment is the only moment that our assumptions can be controlled. Control your assumptions now. Assume you're already loved. Assume you're already wealthy, because you are. Assume you're already healthy. Assume you're already happy. Assume everything's working out for you. The future must become the present in your mind if you would wisely operate the law of assumption. Okay, he's telling us right here. How do you operate the law of assumption? You take the future and make it a present fact. You imagine the future as if it's now in the present moment. Okay, the future must become the present in your mind if you would wisely operate the law of assumption. He's saying go into the wish fulfilled. What is that future desire that you want? Imagine it now from the first person you already have it. The future becomes the present. Okay, so that's what you're imagining. The future becomes the present when you imagine that you already are what you will be when your assumption is fulfilled. He's saying, assume it now. If you want to have $1 million in your bank account, assume you have it now. Assume you have it now. And you sustain that assumption. You sustain that assumption. You want to manifest love or a specific person. You take the future wish and you make that future a present fact by imagining it now. You will create that as your reality. So you're always imagining in the present moment. The only reason why someone didn't get their manifestation is because they weren't continuing to sustain imagining that they are already the person with that desire, which means they were probably looking at the 3D reality thinking that that was more important than your imagination. It's equally important, but understand first cause is your imagination. So whatever you are imagining, you're imagining that they don't want to be with you, then, not imagining, but it's not that you're intentionally imagining that, but you might see something as a circumstance in your world, like on social media. Now you made an assumption that it's not working, or you didn't hear anything and you make an assumption it's not working, but it is working. You have to be deliberate and diligent with your assumptions. Live from the end in the present moment, knowing that you imagined it, creation is complete, you already have your desire. Neville said, be still. That's least action. Be still in your mind. Be still in your mind. Be still and know that you are that which you desire to be. Be still and know that you are that which you want to be. The end of longing should be being. We want to stop longing for that desire. Because if you have that desire, you're not longing for it. You're being. This is all about being in the present, being in the state of knowing you're the creator, being in the state of complete security, being in the state of feeling sure. You don't have to do anything. You just choose and select your reality. Just like we go on our phones and we're whatever, we might be on TikTok and we filter through and we're going to choose what we want. We're going to choose what we are entertaining in our mind. You're choosing your reality. You're choosing your reality, and it's not your job to make the rest happen. Just like the planets are orbiting the sun. It's natural. It's part of infinite intelligence. It's part of the law of least effort and least action. Okay, Neville goes on to say, translate your dream into being. Meditate on that idea. What is it like to just be? What does it feel? What does it feel like just to be? What does it feel like? And let me get into what is being. Like, being is also trusting. It's trusting. Not that you have to trust yourself. You're trusting in having faith within you. The same trust that you have for the sun to rise every morning. You go to bed at night and you have no doubt in your mind that the sun is going to be rising tomorrow morning. Sometimes it's behind the clouds, but that sun rises every morning. So meditate on the idea of there's going to be the sun rising the next day. You're going to wake up with your heart beating every day. Right? And that's not something you need to effort around. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to wonder whether or not it's going to happen. So stop wondering if your manifestation is going to happen, because that's the only thing slowing it up, because then you're putting your attention on not having it and not being. So meditate on that idea. Being. I am being. I am creating. I am in the present moment creating. Okay, so what else did Neville say? He said perpetual construction of the future states without the consciousness of already being them. That is, picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the fallacy and mirage of mankind. Sometimes you might imagine your desire and then you see someone else has it. You imagine your desire, you think you're in the wish fulfilled, it feels like it, right? And then you see someone with your desire. What are you going to do? You're going to assume you're seeing that because it's yours. So take your attention away from what you see in the outer world and bring it back in, bring it into your heart, bring it into your imagination, bring it into the inner world where creation starts. Creation starts within. Creation starts within. Okay, so that was the end of chapter 14. I was reading chapter 14 from The Power of Awareness. If you want to purchase that book, I put it in my Amazon storefront. I do like having a hard copy because I like to make little notes. I like to read it. I like to feel the book in my hands. It just gives me a different sense when I'm opening the book and reading it as I'm falling asleep or, right before bed. But hello, everyone. Yeah, if we're God of our reality, can't we decide the time? Absolutely, you can. It's you that you're doing it to yourself. You can decide the time. We can manifest the time. You're already manifesting on a time frame. You already are with other things that are all already natural. Things that just feel natural and normal. You're already manifesting things on a time frame. Okay? You're able to, even it's manifesting. If you know you're going to do a project and complete that project, you're able to finish and complete that project by the deadline. That's a manifestation. Those are all manifestations. Okay, so start saying, I can manifest anything on a time crunch. I know how to manifest on a time frame. Neville Goddard does talk about this, and I've worked on this with my VIP group, manifesting on a time frame, manifesting phone calls, manifesting money on a time frame. It's a practice. So practice knowing that you can do this. It's a skill and it's a practice. Hi, Shannon. Sometimes that assumption energy lessens. Okay. I mean, you just have to remind yourself you're you're creating that. Do you know you're creating that? You're creating that. Sometimes that assumption energy lessens. You could start saying, I intend, I stay on this assumption. I intend I know the truth of who I am. I intend I see the truth every moment of my life. I intend to be so sure about this. I intend that assumption grows bigger and bigger in momentum. I just know it. Okay, so you're creating your reality. You're just stuck in a program, like an old belief system. You're stuck in some old belief and you could change it now. You're not stuck anymore because stuck is never forever. We can change it now in the present moment. We have the power to do that. When you change your present moment thinking, you will change the future outcome. But you're going to need to keep that dominantly, because if you're less energy, more energy, you're going back and forth. Reality is you're not seeing that change flip back and forth in your reality. Actually, sometimes you do. Sometimes I have weird, crazy shit going down because I'm like, what is going on? I knew I was thinking this, then thinking that, then thinking this, then that. And that's reflecting back in someone. Okay, so understand you're creating that. Be a version of you who's stabilized. I'm stabilized, right? That's what you say to yourself. I'm stabilized. I'm completely stable. I believe that I don't have to do anything. I just have to exist. That's it. I'm inheriting the earth for existing. Do you understand? I like Catherine Ponder's affirmations like, I'm a child of the universe. I'm a child of God. I came here to inherit the earth. The whole world is my inheritance. This is all your inheritance. It's all yours. This is literally like a playground for you. So are you looking at it from that perspective, that it's your playground, that you could see something different? You can imagine something different. Okay, so you have to go into your heart and imagination instead of looking at the 3D circumstance. Be completely indifferent to it. When we get pulled into it, we think it's so real. It is real. This is a real experience, right? Okay, so you'll be a better manifest. You'll be an amazing master manifester if you could have indifference to what you see in the 3D. Because then it's just about choosing. It's like, oh, I don't want that. But if you keep saying, you keep looking at it, you keep focusing on it, guess what? It keeps showing up in your world. It stays there. When you want to shift your reality, when you want to shift your experiences, you're thinking from the reality that you already have it. Yes, aloha, you are healthy and wealthy every day, right now. Thank you, Marta. Thank you for all the, diamonds and hearts? I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know I see all the hearts going and I really appreciate all the love. Sending all my love out to all of you. Hello, Manifesting Naturally. Hello, hello. Aloha said, I've been affirming prosperity over 20 years and sure enough, I'm very wealthy today. Amazing. Amazing. Thanks for your success. You could also, hello, I am Sasha. Hello, hello. I caught your live on Friday before I went to my Friendsgiving while I was cooking. So that was so wonderful, like so uplifting to listen to before I was running out the door. You guys know I am Sasha. Follow her if you're not already. She's right here. I am Sasha Official. Teaching manifestation also, conscious creation, teaching you that you're the God of your reality, teaching you how to take your power back and live the life of joy, of happiness, of fulfillment, of knowing who you are. This is really cool, right? Isn't this cool? Isn't this cool? Like, you got to start having a new perspective. This is cool. I mean, not like we're cool, but it's like, isn't this intriguing? Isn't this really great? Because you just have to keep testing it out. Stuff I affirmed, you guys. Like, I don't get Botox. And I just started affirming it, right? I had Botox once, maybe about 2 years ago. I don't know. I didn't, no right or wrong. Okay. I just decided, nah, I don't think I want it. Whatever. But I started affirming it. Like more recently, I just started affirming. I'm like, yeah, people say to me, it looks like, they're like, oh, you getting Botox again? And I'm like, I'm not. And then my hairdresser, about 2 weeks in person, people are reflecting back to me what I'm affirming. I affirm I'm reverse aging. Okay, then like we went on this whole conversation and I told her, because she I help her with manifestation, but she's not really on social media. She's not on TikTok. And I was telling her that's something I was affirming. I was affirming that people just say, it looks like, oh, you get Botox. Okay, why did I do that? Not that I even care. What I care about is just feeling good, feeling amazing, right? And confirming that I'm the operant power. I'm using ways to confirm that I'm the operant power in all different ways. One time, I remember when I was first learning this, it was kind of like, I was first recognizing my world is myself pushed out. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, I'm kind of like Yoda. I'm kind of like Yoda, like this. And I think I saw videos of Yoda saying something that was really powerful. And then it was like the beginning of the school year, I brought my kids to school and there was some moms hanging out for like a breakfast thing. And when I was talking, one of the moms said to me, oh my God, Shannon, you're like Yoda. Like who would have, so this is how I prove to myself that I'm the operant power. I say things to myself that who's going to say, like, that's so random for someone to say I'm Yoda. I never called myself that. I just kind of had some weird idea, like, oh, I'm kind of like a Yoda, right? Like I know this powerful information about the universe. Okay, it reflected back to me. So what are you doing in your world to practice your skills? It's a skill. This is a skill. It is an art. And you have to be paying attention to what you're thinking and believing and saying to yourself. And you need to pay attention. What are other people reflecting back to you? That's going to help you feel sure and confident and knowing. So if I want to date SP, I allow him to come forward with law of least effort, because I also don't want to reach out first. So what would be living from the end of you having your desire? I love that I'm pursued. I love that the law of least effort works for me. I love that I have things wrapped around my finger. My life is literally wrapped around my finger. Thank you, Buns. Thank you for the roses, okay? And you're going to be consistent. You're going to sustain these ideas. You just sustain the knowing. You sustain the knowing. And when you forget and when you say, yeah, but I don't want to reach out, or maybe you're out with friends and you're like, I don't know what's going on. Like you start telling the old story. That doesn't matter that you told the old story. What's more important is that you come back within and think to yourself, wait a minute, this is already done. I'm already amazing. Like I already know I'm amazing. I already know I'm the best wife or the best husband. I already know I am a wife. I already know I am in this relationship. I already know I am loved. Right? I already know that I'm pursued. I love. For me, I like to do a lot of rampages with the ideas of love. Like, what do I love? I talk about what I love to myself all the time. I love receiving flowers. I love getting flowers. I love, what is it? I love horses. I love seeing horses. I love being pursued. I love this. I love that. What is it? So speak to yourself about what you love, because you're gonna create this mental image of you having it. You could even get into it if you're like horseback riding. I'd be like, I love getting up on that horse and I could feel the strength of the body of the horse and the beauty of and the power in that horse. And actually manifestation is like riding a horse, even if you never rode one, right? But like understand, the world seems kind of wild and all out there. Circumstances are going wild and crazy, just like a horse would be. But you get on the horse, and even if you don't know how to ride, you're working with the horse, right? You don't want to be like falling off and trotting along. Like you want to get in sync. It's like you're learning to get in sync with your reality. So it's like learning to get in sync with something. Like that horse is wanting to do what it wants to, but guess the more you try to pull, you have to give a little, and you're giving and receiving, and it's like a little dance. You're like working together with a horse. really with anything in your reality. Like think about, there are other ways to have an analogy about that. It's like it's a dance with your reality. You're dancing with your reality, and the universe is your partner, and the universe is leading you and guiding you. So think about that. That's a great analogy to think about. Like when you're trying to take over and be the lead, no, just let yourself be led. You're choosing your reality. You're working together as a team. You and the universe, you and infinite intelligence, you and God, working together as a team. You're a team. Two become one as a team. You're dancing together like a team. Hi, British Star. I went on 2 different dates. They didn't get back to me. But no facts are final. No facts are final. Those 2 dates could both reach out to you today. You live from the end of your being chosen, being the most desired. There's no competition. You're the competition. Okay, so live from the end that you get consistent communication. You're not desperately needing it, okay? Be the version of you that's like, secure and sure of yourself, and you know that you're the one, you know that you're irresistible. Just start affirming that. I'm irresistible. I'm irresistible. People want to be around me. They enjoy my presence. They enjoy my life. They always get back to me. It's like, you're the creator. What story are you telling? You're telling a story of they didn't get back to me. That's the story. You created that story. If you want to change it, you have to tell a different story. And the reason you're telling a story, we're telling a story, you're telling your story based on your own state of being, the experiences you had from the past. But understand, you have the power to make any change you want right now. Like, you could literally change your mind and decide you're irresistible right now. And you don't need their validation. You don't even, like, who cares about them? Do you understand? Like, you can have anyone you want. Start thinking from that version of you. Start knowing your value, feeling your value, knowing that you're enough right now. Live from the end of feeling loved. You feel love for yourself, right? You can feel love for yourself right now. I'd like to lose weight and be out of debt. Then just have your inner conversations. Your inner conversations are already manifesting. So what right now, some of your inner conversations are, oh, I want to lose the weight. Oh, I don't like that. This doesn't look good on me. Like, these are kind of things you'd be saying, right? Like, oh, I don't have money to do that. When am I going to have the money to do this? Those are inner conversations you're doing already. You're saying this to yourself already. If you're already saying this to yourself, that's why your reality is what it is. Okay, so to change it, to change your experience, to change your body, to change and have money and abundance in your life, think from already having. You're going to say inner conversations. I love my body. I love the way I feel in my body. You could just go general. You don't have to, you could start with general and then say, I love that I lost the weight. I love that weight it's just flowing off my body. I love that. I love that I feel like a goddess in my body. I love my body. I look good. I look amazing. That's what you'd be saying if you have your desire. And the same thing of being out of debt. I love that money is flowing into my life. I love that I pay every bill. I have more than enough. You have to speak your life into existence. And if you're in the midst of it and that doesn't feel, you're back and forth, then say it as an intention. Okay? Say your intention. You know what? I intend to have the money. Focus more on the idea of wealth and abundance versus getting out of debt. Like, the version of you that has wealth and abundance is not in debt, right? So focus on the version of you, like, focus more on the ideas of wealth, abundance, more than enough. You're able to spend money because you're always receiving money. Like, it's a perfect flow of money going out and coming in. Don't feel afraid, right? Learn to feel secure. Yeah. What is it? Sarah? I'm trying to raise Rose. What causes some manifestations to happen within minutes And then some take days, weeks, and months, because it's based on your assumptions, based on your beliefs, based on what you believe to be true and how you think reality works. Some things feel more natural and you're manifesting things already that feel more natural, and they're normal and natural. Okay. So start being a version of you who manifests fast and manifests easily. And you are being, and you're already the version of you who has this. You're someone who manifests effortlessly. You're the operant power. You have the power to make the change. You have the power to make the change. You want to be part of a community? Join my VIP group. Be part of a manifestation community where you know you're the operant power and you manifest your desires. You have success. You are success. If you want to do the work on your own, use my self-concept course. You can put in the work and you will manifest your desire. You're going to keep a strict mental diet, and you're going to do my self-concept course, and you're going to manifest your desire. I love you guys. You're the operant power. I appreciate you're here. I'm intending success stories. Come back here and tell me a success story, because you're going to have a success story between now and tomorrow. I love you all. Bye.